Hello! Today I am showing you how to make GIFs using PowerPoint. I am using Office 365 on a Windows computer, so it might look different with different versions of PowerPoint, but we're going to start off with using some type of clip art. Now keep in mind that you want to use clip art you have the rights to if it's personal use versus commercial use. And we want to keep in mind that we're not making this to sell it, we're making it to enhance things. So I have a piece of clip art here. This is from Daily Art Hub. And once we've inserted it in PowerPoint, we're going to focus on using the animations. And that's really where this starts. So there are entrances, emphasis, exit, and motion paths. It just depends what you want to do with that item. I like teeter for emphasis, just shakes it around a little bit. But there's also things like spin, grow and shrink, motion paths are really awesome because it'll show a little bit of movement and you can change the effect options. And the great thing is that you can go to even more motion paths, more emphasis, more entrance effects. And I'm thinking of this bunny, I want it to bounce. So I can click bounce right and it's going to bounce. You can then edit points in a path. That is up to you how intricate you want to get into adjusting that bounce. So I'm going to leave this bunny bouncing. You can sometimes layer these things. So I'm always change my timing to with previous. That way when I save it as a GIF, there's no delay. But you can also add something. So if I wanted it to bounce and then I wanted it to teeter, I can layer those. So then I would put after previous, bounce, and then teeter. You can also adjust how long it takes it to bounce. So if I wanted a little bit longer, maybe a 2-second bounce and a 1.5-second teeter, I can preview that. There's a little bounce and a little shake. You could also layer a third one if you wanted to bounce backwards. Then from here, I'm going to go to File, Export, create an animated GIF. So here is where it's important to only do one piece of art, whichever resource you're trying to create at a time. Don't do multiple slides because it's going to then try and export the slides all together as a GIF, which is a whole other thing. I'm just talking about one specific design element. If you were going to do something like a background, you could layer all those things on one PowerPoint slide and then export it and you could have an animated background. I'm going to go for the extra large file quality and I am going to make background transparent. And then I want to change seconds to spend on each slide. So I did about a 2-second bounce and a 1-second teeter. So I'm going to make it about 3 seconds long. Again, I like to do one slide at a time, but you can adjust. If you want to do multiple, you can just export one slide. Depends how your brain functions and how you want to organize those. So I'm going to create GIF, pick a place. I'm just going to have it go to my downloads and I'll put it as bunny. It'll take a few moments. It exports relatively quickly in my experience, but I've only done one element at a time. It will probably take a little bit longer if you layer a couple different things. But at this point, it is exported. So if I go to my downloads, there is my bunny. I'm just going to insert it back into this PowerPoint to show you, and I'm also going to show what it looks like in Google Slides. So there is my bunny. There's the animated GIF. There's the original bunny. And then GIFs are going to be the size of your PowerPoint slide. So I can crop this. Or since I made the background transparent, it doesn't really matter, but it is kind of taking a lot of space. However, if you want to make sure all your GIFs are always square, you can set your PowerPoint slides to be square. I can also insert this GIF into Google Slides. GIFs can also be used in things like boom cards and I think Seesaw, but I'm not 100% sure with that platform. Insert image. I'm going to upload from computer. It's in my downloads. And there is our bunny. You can resize it and crop it just like you can in PowerPoint. And just to verify that that background's transparent, I'm going to insert some grass, something for a background. And there's my little bouncing bunny. So GIFs work in both PowerPoint edit mode and present mode, and slides present and edit mode. So I just thought that would be a cool trick because GIFs are the new thing, and some of us are sitting on a whole bunch of clip art. It kind of feels a little boring now. I also wanted to share how you can create your own using some of the embedded PowerPoint features like a text GIF. So I am using Molly Jo fonts right now. I'm just going to say something that says good morning, make it really big, and adjust the sizing so it fits on the slide. Like I said, you can make your slides whatever size you want them to. I'm just going to stick with the 16:9 right now and go to animations. Again, you can do bars. I like with text, it gives you a few more options like changing font color or making it bold. So I have it all as purple, and you can have that original font color. So maybe I want it to go back and forth from yellow to purple. And then I can layer those animations. So I want it to teeter too, because that's one of my favorites, and make those adjustments. I'm going to do with previous this time, so it'll do it at the same time. So it's changing color and it's teetering. And then File, Export, Animated GIF. I like to make that large quality. And then make background transparent if you want it to be transparent or not. I'm going to make it a little longer. And I'm going to save that as GM for good morning. And then it is good to go. So if I change this background real quick, insert a picture. There's our good morning GIF. Thanks for tuning in.